Hello everybody, my name is Average Election Enjoyer. Today on January 21st of 2026. And in this video, I'm going to be going over the January 20th legislative special elections. However, in this video, it's going to be very short. There were only two elections, as one of them is a primary, but we will now get into it. In Georgia, Senate District 18 held a special election, or general special election here. Republicans hold a 32-23 advantage over Democrats in the Georgia State House. District 18, west of Macon, Republican John Kennedy resigned to focus on his campaign for lieutenant governor. In 2022, he defeated the Democrat Chris Benton by 64-36. And there are 5 Republicans, 1 Democrat on this ballot. We can show all candidates. As you can see, Lamario Brown and Stephen McNeil are going to be your two candidates that are moving on into the next round. You might notice the Democrat, in fact, won this general election. However, that's because you can see Republicans split the rest of that 63% of the vote that is remaining. So don't expect the Democrat to win in this election. What will be important is seeing if this margin increases or decreases in the next election here. And as you can see, we can quickly take a look at this map. As you can see, outside of Macon, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and if I'm not, I dutifully apologize. Outside of Perry here, just a decent bit outside of Atlanta, south of Atlanta here. Getting close to Florida down here, and so you can see that's where the district is. Very normal looking district for this, and this is what it used to, so it didn't change in the last redistricting cycle. Very interesting. You usually see some sort of sorry, I was wrong. You can see there's a little bit of change here in this part of the district. But yeah, this is only where you see the same. It looks like they added a little piece of, they extended it here, and then they cut this part out a little bit. So they made some minor changes, and then here, that's also different. But other than that, very similar districts. Unusual to what you normally see in these redistrictings. Alright, and then for New Hampshire, this is the primary I was discussing for House District 7, State House Carroll 7, Republican special election. As you can see, just west of the main border in the central part of the state, Republican Glenn Cordelli resigned in November and was elected by a 57-43 margin. So this is going to be a very interesting election. As you can see, the Democrat came out with the majority of outright majority in this primary here. It's open, in this primary here, because my apologies. This is for the Republican. This is the Republican primary. The blue got me for a second. So this is for, I'm guessing, written in, and you got the two GOP candidates losing in this one. So this is going to be an interesting election here to sort of see if the Democrats can continue overperforming in these special elections. This is one that they're probably going to be looking at. So this is probably going to be a somewhat closely looked at special election here. Democrats are definitely going to be eyeing it up in the state. Republicans are going to be attempting to hold this special election. So congrats to Dale Fisher on winning the Republican nomination for this section. And as you can see here, to look at the district, as I said, central New Hampshire here, near to Plymouth, near somewhat close to the ocean, probably not too far out, but somewhat far out. This is kind of getting near to Portland too. So that's where you can see that is where the district lies. Again, another fairly normal looking district, and this one saw a lot of change. As you can see, these are two very different districts here. So yeah, that is what you can be seeing here. And then the final election in Virginia, House District 17, where Democrats have recently acquired a 63 to 36 advantage after on the 2025 elections, and the night where there is gubernatorial elections and the New York mayoral election. Democrats dominated in these small not small, but local elections, state elections for the House. So it was almost tied in the House, and now it is 63 to 36. Democrats had a very good night in terms of taking a huge majority in the House, and they continued it with this election here. As you can see, Mark Sickles resigned after being appointed Virginia Treasurer, so this was another person who was chosen by Spanberger to join her government. So Sickles previously reelected 77 to 23 over Naomi Mesfin in November. However, as you can see, Garrett McGuire would end up defeating Christopher Cardiff. It's by 6,057 to 1,685 here. So a good result for the Democrat, mild improvement. However, when you have margins like this, you won't typically see any sort of crazy improvements. There's not much more to improve in these sorts of races. But yeah, this is the first one we can really break down. 7,756 votes versus the general election for... see, this was November 4th, 2045, so Mark Sickles won this election, 27,000, almost 28,000 votes, all the way down to 7,756, and each party carried their votes about the same amount here. So, good margin by the Democrats, or good job maintaining if you're a Democrat here. However, Republicans also didn't do any worse than what they did in 2025, so this is already a fairly good... this was a good election for 2025. It was a good year for the Democrats, so they're able to keep that sort of rolling in this election. As you remember, in past elections, Democrats haven't been doing nearly as well, so this is a fine result for the Democrats here, and for the Republicans, not too much overperformance is what we've been seeing in the past couple of special elections here, or not overperformance, but just a lack of underperformance. So like an improvement of how they have been doing. So fair result by the Democrat here, and as you can see, this is the district here. It's right up near Washington D.C. So very blue district here. As you see, these are all fairly blue areas outside of D.C. Because a lot of government employees, and with Trump and Doge, not a lot of government employees you'll see voting Republican these days. Though I'm sure it does happen, but you see a lot of government employees, especially voting Democrat in these past in this past year at least. So yeah, that's what this, and again, just another normal shape. So you don't see any snakes in any of these, or any interesting shapes here that you can sometimes see when you look at these districts. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.